Those wishing to speak must state their name and address for the record. After they are acknowledged by the board chair, each person will be limited to 2 minutes to make his or her remarks. Speakers will address all comments to the board as a whole and not one individual commissioner. The board may not take action on an item presented during the public comment period unless the item is already on the agenda for action. When appropriate, the board may refer inquiries and items brought up during the public comment period to the county administrator for follow-up. Is there anyone wishing to make public comment?
Melissa Zimmerman, 2525 Stony Creek Drive. Mr. Sennett here is going to help show some pictures. I just wanted to read a question that the residents had and the answer that Mr. Ilka had given the residents. This is one of many concerning points we had. Residents question, the only changes that happened between 1999 and now is that Owatonna grew and encroached on the right-of-way, which will cause more significant impacts, including putting existing residents in floodplains and causing safety issues and noise, air, and light pollution affecting existing residents. Mr. Ilka's response, Steele County and the city of Owatonna have done significant planning for roadways in the area, studying and planning as early as the 1980s. In 2000, Steele County, in cooperation with the city of Owatonna, preserved a 150-foot corridor for the future right of the east side corridor by using the document called the official map. This is a significant planning tool and indicates to the public and property owners on the route that the county and city's commitment to plan and eventually build this road. As you can see by these pictures, our houses are built on that right of way. There has been no encroachment on the mapped alignment because the county and city have followed long-term plans to preserve this route for a road. The city appropriately platted the North Country Additions 1, 2, and 3 by dedicating right-of-way along the east side of the North Country Additions, preserving that land for roadway. Yes, development has occurred alongside the right-of-way, but there is no buildings encroaching into it that would prevent the road from being built or require the project to purchase and remove. Again, 25 properties on that right-of-way. In 2004, the county and city further reiterated that this corridor would be preserved for highway or street purposes by the Joint Powers Agreement, reinforcing that the plans to eventually build this road. That agreement required the city and the county to ensure no buildings occur in this mapped corridor. The city and county can permit along the corridor, but not within it. Again, we are within it. At this time, we do not intend to change flood elevations. And there's a little bit more there, but to keep it short, the road is currently platted over ponds. We know a road on top of ponds is going to equal flooding. Someone's long-term plans were followed, but that didn't include preserving this right-of-way. We will not give up our lands on behalf of all adjacent properties. Thank you.
Thank you for reading fast. Okay, anyone else wishing to speak?
I'll speak now. Matt Sennett, 2519 Stony Creek Drive, also in the same subdivision that Alyssa was referencing there. This is in regards to the east side corridor as well. Also have my son here tonight. He's here in support of this also, but also he's working on an Eagle Scout project and attending a civic meeting. So two for this evening. Welcome, Stephen. All right, basically this is in regards to the concern of the proximity of this new road project to the houses. I think you all have seen this as of last meeting. I passed this out. Proximity to my playground in my backyard. You can see the orange line there is where this roadway, the edge of the roadway is proposed. Swing set there in the background, and then also this picture here showing that the edge of the roadway project would be within 17 foot of this house right here. There's also another house on the south side of the neighborhood as well. As a result, we have almost 200 signatures on a petition that we've recently started circulating through social media. We'll also be getting some publicity for this with the neighborhoods that are impacted and then also surrounding neighborhoods in those wards. Just wanted to read this to you this evening. Steele County and the City of Owatonna are proposing a very dangerous and short-sighted plan. Again, I say proposed, not necessarily passing. As planned neighborhood city street and replacing it with a highway known as the East Side Corridor with speeds of up to 55 miles per hour. This route is located directly adjacent to established neighborhoods and is not even wide enough to accommodate this type of road. Owatonna needs a north-south route east of town, but this location is not the answer. Go on to cite several studies that back in the 90s said that this wasn't the right time or the right location for this type of road, and that still stands true today. In fact, we have a whole development there right next to the road. The solution is a half-mile further east. There's an already established north-south roadway called 34th Avenue. It's just a half a mile down the road, and that's where the residents in that part of that side of town are saying that it would be a great location for this. We're hoping that us as the constituents are heard on that. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Anybody else wishing to speak? Okay, nobody else. Is there any correspondence, Scott?
No, Mr. Chair.
Okay. With that, I'll ask for approval of the consent agenda as printed.
I'll make that motion for the
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, under the general agenda, number 10 and through 51 on your packet, we need to approve a resolution for the arbitration award. Judy.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, members of the board, in your packet, you have the board cover sheet along with the attached resolution. As you know, we reached agreement with the Minty Correctional Officer Corporal Unit, who are our jailers out at our detention center. I'll just go through the highlights of the contract changes. There was one piece that went to interest arbitration, and the county was awarded and prevailed in that arbitration, so I'll go through that piece with you as well. So in summary, it's a 3-year duration contract, so similar to or the same as all of the other contracts we have reached settlement on, so 2023 through 2025. Wages also are uniform with the rest of the other bargaining units, 4% in 2023, retroactive back to 1/1 of 23, 3% in